We talking rom-com, we talking action, we talking drama and movie classics. Whatever you want, yo, we have it. Cause we talking movies on the podcast. So I married a film critic. So I married a film critic. So I married a film critic. Hey honey, I just want to talk about the movie like casually. You don't have to bring up the cinematography. Honestly, let's just talk about like how the characters were fun. Married a film critic. So I married a film critic.
Welcome to So I Married a Film Critic, a discussion between a professional film critic and lecturer and me, his wife of over 20 years, who just likes to watch movies for fun. I'm your co-host, Julia.
This is Barry the Film Critic. Hello, everyone.
And we're back after a brief hiatus. Sorry about that.
We got to take a break. I mean, we can only watch so many movies.
Well, we kind of took a break, and I didn't really tell people we were taking a break. So
we were on a break.
Yeah. We were on a break.
Speaking of which, we clocked in at 22 years of matrimonial bliss.
We did.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Thanks for not arguing with me about that. Matrimonial bliss? What a bunch of crap! I'm glad you didn't say that.
No, I would only be upset if you got the number wrong.
22?
Yeah, no,
Yes,
that's right.
got it.
It's funny because your dad got his anniversary number wrong.
Well, he's been married since Clinton was president, so it's, that's easy to mess that up.
No, I don't think so. Was it Clinton in 98?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, man.
I believe so.
Okay. Well, anyways.
Should we fact check that right now?
No. Well, it doesn't even matter. It was just funny.
Oh, it matters now. Now we're making it matter.
He got the date wrong, and his wife was like, what?
Jeez, Dad. This episode's for you, Dad.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to listen to our episode on Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yeah, definitely not. No.
No, he's not going to be listening. Okay, so we're back. This is our first episode, I guess, that we actually...
Season 5. Yay!
That we recorded during the summer season.
Yes.
So this is officially a summer movie.
It is. Yeah, and it did very well. This was one of these movies that sort of opened up... I think the anticipation was there because it had been so long since the last one, but at the same time, it opened big, was critically acclaimed, and it carried over into the summer season. And a lot of the early summer movies, Thunderbolts being a big one, really didn't deliver. And this one did, and it stuck around. Word of mouth carried it, and I got to say, to bury the lead, I'm a big fan of this one.
So you asked me if I had seen any of the other Final Destinations.
Yeah.
And I've only seen the first one. And it definitely stayed with me. And I had my own almost Final Destination moment last month.
All right, well, tell us your Final Destination story.
Okay, so my sister was driving me and B to the airport, to the Denver airport, and we're on the freeway. And this big truck in front of us just had this massive pile of PVC pipe type, I don't know, type of load. And it was leaning, like... definitely leaning, like Sandra Bullock in While You Were Sleeping leaning. Like it was, yeah.
What a weird reference. Okay. For all three people who remember While You Were Sleeping, please continue.
Everyone knows that reference. Okay. So my sister was like, oh my gosh, look at that truck. And I was like, ugh, that reminds me of Final Destination. And it took us a while to pass it because we were scared. So then I think I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
And you're like, you should send that to my friend Michael. And I'm like, okay. So I do. And it wasn't until, I don't know, I'd been back home maybe at least a week. And he texted me and was like, your picture terrified me so bad. And I guess the text came through while he was driving. Now, I don't know if he like looked at it while he was driving. Hopefully not. But he got really nervous.
Yeah, that would do it. I mean, if you're, especially if that's your thing, if that's your fear. I think that's one of the reasons the first two movies in particular have resonated with people. The first film, of course, opens up with a plane crash. My Final Destination story, and I don't like telling it, and I've rarely talked about this. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but my mother and I were at the airport. I was feeling funny about going on a flight. I just told her I have a bad feeling, da-da-da. She's like, okay, we don't have to do it. So we took a road trip instead. We actually left the airport.
Wow.
I hate that.
Okay, did anything
Because nothing
happen?
happened. No. It was like, and then the plane exploded. No, nothing. So no, we took a road trip or whatever. But like, I had some stupid ooh, and this is back when I was
but
afraid to
that
fly.
did happen to people. There are a lot of people, not a lot, but I've heard a few stories from 9/11 where people said that they like.
Yeah, a ticket to 9/11.
Okay, but-
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, like, things happened that prevented them from like going to work or getting on a plane.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but the contrast is that a number of years later, and this is when you and I were married. I was having to fight this. As you remember, I used to be a very nervous flyer, to put it mildly.
I remember.
It was really bad. I used to have to wear a shirt over my head. I used to, stupid stuff. To just like I had the worst time flying. So years after that, I remember being at a gate waiting for a flight. I'm looking out the window. There's dark clouds. There's like a big storm is approaching. If anything, that would have been a moment like, oh, but no, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a storm. It's going to be bumpy and there's going to be turbulence. We're going to fly over it. And that's exactly what happened.
So are you upset at your mom for taking the road trip? Do you think she just wanted to take a road trip with you? She's
Probably.
like, yay, more time together.
Yeah, it's probably what happened. I hate that I gave into that though. I really do. That's so dumb. And we wound up, it was
It
fine.
wouldn't have been dumb, though, if something had happened and you had escaped. See, that's the thing. You never know.
And I had escaped.
Yeah. You escaped a tragedy. That's what I mean.
How would I escape a plane?
No, because you and your mom left the airport. If that plane had crashed, then you would have been... This would be a very different story.
But in the logic of this film, the death's design would continue to stalk me until eventually, finally, through all my friends, all the connecting points, it would finally get me.
All right, well, let's talk about death going after Bloodlines, because that's what this is.
Yeah, no, this is a horror movie franchise that has managed to survive, thrive, and somehow continue to get some juice, some mileage out of this notion of a slasher movie with no slasher. That's what we're talking about.
But I will say, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought the storyline was actually decent and interesting. Like, it wasn't just about people dying in crazy ways, which they do, and it's very graphic. But I thought it was like, I was like, oh, does this movie have a heart? Is it trying to tell us to like love our families and like cherish the time we have left?
They basically all do, but it gets more cynical as it goes along. And the thing that I like about this franchise is even when it got really deep into it, this is the 6th of these movies. Number four especially is a terrible film. And by the way, the most ironic thing, number 4 is called The Final Destination. The gall of this franchise to have final in the title, or number 6.
Death was like, nope, I have more killing to do.
And it was in 3D, by the way. But the things like number 4 was especially bad. I think number 4 is probably the worst one out of the whole lot. But the thing about it, by the time we get to the 4th movie, it's basically a very sick comedy about how people die in the most Darwinian ways. It's like, this Rube Goldberg mousetrap thing that keeps happening. And people are dying in a way. The whole thing becomes this really twisted comedy about the fear of death, about how futile it is, how there is no real safety. And to a degree, the movies never stop being entertaining. But I don't think they were really good until this movie.
Okay, good. Then I don't have to worry about going back and watching.
You don't.
2 through
you
5.
don't. Because the thing that they all have in common, before we talk about the new film, they all start strong and then they go downhill very quickly. I feel the same way about the first one. The first one is celebrated. I think that opening scene at the airport is powerful. I think it feels like a Twilight Zone episode, and the rest of it is just okay. The second one has that highway scene with the logs bouncing around.
That's the one I remember.
That's the one. It's not good. Ollie Larder's the star of it. I like Ollie Larder.
Maybe
but
that's the one I saw.
The movie bites. It's really bad. The third film stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and it opens up on a roller coaster. The roller coaster scene is really good. The rest of it's bad. The 4th one starts off with a race car crash. In 3D, that scene was very good. The rest of the movie's terrible. And the fifth film, which I barely remember, even though I saw it in the drive-in with my dog, hi Charlotte, the fifth film begins with a bridge collapsing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the opening of this scene of this movie.
So, number 6.
Yeah.
Bloodlines.
Bloodlines.
Yes.
Because I think I did see, like, was the teaser trailer just this scene?
Yeah.
Okay, because I did see that, like, a long time ago.
Yeah, they were very smart to only push that.
Yeah. And so when it started, I remember thinking, oh, yeah, I think I've seen this. This is a wild scene. Okay, so it's 1968, and Iris Campbell and her boyfriend, soon-to-be fiance, soon-to-be husband, Paul, they are going out on a date to this Sky View, a high-rise restaurant tower. So it's one of those things where they, it's like the opening and he got them special reservations. And right away, you can tell, like, they get into the elevator and it's like, oh no, the door's not closing right. It's feeling a little creaky. And then the guy in the elevator, he's like, yeah, they finished building this 5 months early. And Iris says, is that a good thing?
It's like, it's not only is it, making you paranoid, but it's making jokes about the paranoia because the song choices are very on the nose.
Oh, yes.
Everything is so on the nose. It becomes a comedy about this feeling of looming doom.
Yeah. So I thought it was really great. And he ends up proposing to her outside and they're like looking at the view. But there's this jerky kid who throws a penny off the top. And the security guard is like, you're going to kill somebody, kid. Like, don't do that. And he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. And then the security guard walks away and he's like whatever, fatty or whatever he says. And you're like, this kid. So he flicks another penny off. And that's the thing that basically crumbles this entire restaurant.
This kid is basically a serial murderer. He's truly the actual villain of the piece.
Maybe he is death personified.
We only have a little girl who I feel is an angel, but I do feel like little boys aren't death personified.
Come on.
I've never liked little boys. You know that.
Don't say that. You can't say that. They're all Damien. No, they're not.
Having been a little boy once, I can confirm, yes, we actually are. That is accurate.
Okay, so this penny gets sucked into this shaft. It would have been better if the penny had just gone straight down and killed somebody, but no, it doesn't.
Weird memory. I actually stood atop one of the Twin Towers, and this was, 1993. And I was there with my father and my friend Marcia, and I actually had the question, like, is anybody throwing a penny over? And Marcia's like, oh, you could do it if you want to be arrested for manslaughter. So I didn't.
See, you listened, unlike this little jerk face.
This little monster, yeah.
Yeah. So this whole scene is amazing from start to finish, and even though it is super gory, I did find most of it hilarious.
It's a tour de force. This is a really exciting sequence. I mean, if we haven't explained it well, if you haven't seen the trailer, this is the equivalent of the Seattle Space Needle. So the sense of isolation. And by the way, we had just seen the movie Drop.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a great movie, but this is better. This is a better sequence.
Oh.
Don't you think? I like Drop a lot. I think Drop is a really good movie, but I think this is that dialed up till the 11. I really feel like this. I mean, and seriously, it's not just a good scene for a horror movie. I mean, it's a great sequence. The sound effects, the visual effects, the art direction, everything is spot on. I mean, this would be a tour de force sequence in any summer movie, let alone the sixth Final Destination.
Okay, so we find out that Iris is pregnant, and then her and Paul get engaged, and then quickly fall to their death. And so you're like, well...
Is that a metaphor for relationships, you think?
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. You trying to tell me something?
No. But we think that Iris and Paul are like out of the movie now.
Well, not only that, I got to say, I'm with you. I like these people. Yeah. I like these characters. That's a problem with almost every single one of the prior ones. I don't like any of them. None of these guys are likable. So when they eat it, you high five the person sitting next to you because they suck. They're not interesting. They're not likable. These two characters, they're sweet. They're innocent. It's old fashioned. By the way, 1968, interesting choice. That's the year Night of the Living Dead came out. There's an interesting interesting connection to that movie in this film. So yeah, I mean, like the movie's off and running. I'm like, oh gosh, like I'm the people we don't like, obviously, that's fun to watch them fall. But like our main characters,
I know.
we're rooting for
I
them.
was really bummed because she had tried to save this little boy.
Little boy, yeah, this is a very key, the key thing we should mention. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little African American boy who is up there. His mother is one of the singers on
Yeah.
stage.
And so
Yeah.
the mom, obviously, she's a goner because everyone's a goner. But Iris tries to save this boy, and she's like hanging on by her newly put on engagement band.
It's a lifesaver.
Well, but then you just watch it
Initially.
rip her hand apart,
Yeah.
and then they fall. So that I was like, no, because I actually thought this movie messes with you. It's like, yeah, her and this little boy are gonna make it. No, they're not.
Yeah, so we see them violently, graphically, and I gotta say, like, it's a bummer. We watch them fall to their deaths. It's terrible. And then we cut immediately to a college student suddenly waking up in class and screaming. By the way, I'm very familiar with this happening. It usually happens in one of my film classes where the sentence is always, hey, you're gonna love this. It's in black and white, and there's no sound, but you're gonna love it. And then,
Yeah,
Yeah.
all your students start screaming.
typically.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's present day, and Stephanie Reyes is suffering from recurring nightmares about this restaurant collapse.
This is the actor. Forgive me, I don't remember the actress's name. She's really good in this. This is her big, like, this is a big break for her. She's really good.
Yeah.
She basically carries the film. I really like what she does.
She does. Her name is Caitlin Santawana.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, I did like her a lot. I actually thought all the
The actors are good.
Yeah,
and
they
again,
were
like
great.
they cast these actors who are very likable. Like even because we end up meeting, without getting too into it, jumping over your storytelling. We meet her extended family essentially,
Mm-hmm.
hence the title. And I liked all of them.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to see anybody eat it, which I thought, I feel kind of conflicted about it. Maybe for the first time ever in this franchise.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
How many times have we watched, or rather have I forced you, maybe 4 or 5 times, in the history of our relationship, have I forced you to watch a horror film and we're just laughing every time somebody eats it?
I know. This I think I only, well, I'll tell you the scene I laughed
Okay.
at when we get there.
Okay.
Okay, so Stephanie is having these reoccurring nightmares, and then she realizes that they're linked to her maternal grandmother, Iris. And I'm thinking, how does Iris have grandkids, let alone kids, when she died
Yeah.
back in 1968? So Iris goes home and
And you were talking a lot. How is that possible? I'm like, Jules, calm down. No, we just saw her die. What? I don't get it. What's going on? I'm like, just calm down.
I know. So she goes home. We find out that, okay, so her dad is at home with her little brother, and that their mom, who is Iris's daughter, left when Stephanie was 10.
Don't worry, folks. It's easier to understand once the movie. I know it's because it's
I
a
know.
lot of like
I'm
it's
not-
a
I'm
lot
gonna-
of family tree
I'm
building.
going to try and not get bogged down by
That's
that.
okay.
And so she asks her dad about Iris, and he's just like,
We don't talk about.
yeah,
Iris.
we don't talk about Iris. Her we shall not speak of.
Yes, we don't talk about Bruno or Iris.
Yeah. So she goes over to her uncle's house, which is Iris's son, and she's like, Dad, I'm going to go to see the cousins. And he's like, whatever you do, don't mention Iris. And then she gets there. She's like, I need to talk to you about Iris.
Yeah.
And so we find out that basically Iris subjected him and Stephanie's mother, Darlene, to like a really crazy upbringing, because what happened was she ended up saving everybody in that tower because everything she saw was a premonition. It was like a vision. And so she got everybody out of there before it collapsed. And so you're like, okay, so nobody actually died. And so now they're saying that Iris just like lives alone in seclusion, and they don't want Stephanie to try and find her. But her aunt is like, okay, well, don't go look in this box over here in this drawer. And so she finds out where she lives. And then the same day, just drives out there to see her.
By the way, I love aunts like this. I think we all have at least one aunt like that who is so happy secretly to stir stuff up.
Well, she's like,
I love aunts
she's
like this.
No, but what's crazy is she's like,
I have at least 2 of these kinds of aunts.
well, it doesn't take much, because Stephanie's like, can you please help me? She's like, no, please don't ask me again. She's like, please. She's like, fine. Like, oh, all she had to do was ask 2 times, and the aunt she just caved.
Yeah, the aunt who, like, when everyone's around, like, we don't talk about that. As soon as everyone walks away, like, I'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
Love it.
I do. Yeah, I do have an aunt like that.
Yeah, I think every family does. Yeah.
It's like, let me tell you all the secrets. You're like, ooh. Okay. So when Stephanie goes out to Iris's crazy house, I don't know, I wouldn't even call it a house, like a fort.
Like a compound. By the way, this is right out of the recent Halloween remake. I don't know if you remember the remake opens up with, Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis lives in this isolated place. I feel like they borrowed this angle from that. Cause it's almost the same idea.
They're like, what happens to young women when they are traumatized? They become survivalists and they go live in their own compound.
Yeah. Living off the grid.
Yeah, off the grid. So she goes to see her, and this place is freaky. Like, we find out that another guy helps her build out this cabin situation. And I'm sorry, but it looks like they gave Death a lot of material to work with here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, there should be a lot of bubble wrap.
Yes.
There should be a lot of mattresses.
Yes. Instead, there's like metal, other sharp objects. There's a pond. There's wood.
Yeah, it's like an aero museum, and it really, it should look like. I think when everybody was in lockdown 5 years ago, I think it looked more like that. This is clearly a danger waiting to happen.
Yeah, and Iris meets her, and then she keeps talking to Death, like little things that could potentially happen. She's like, I see you, and then she like prevents all these. She keeps preventing her own death.
That's got to make for a really exhausting day.
I mean, and she never goes outside. Because that's when Death is going to get her.
She doesn't look all that bad for someone who doesn't go outside. Don't you think she should be pastier? Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't look great. She does tell her she's terminally ill. So, she is sick. She's not doing well. Okay.
We say it with the laughter. Because it's Final Destination, folks.
I know. So, what's crazy is that Iris has this book that she's put together of all the ways that death can get you. I mean, don't you think if it was an exhaustive tome, it would be way thicker than this? I mean,
I just think it's funny that you even need it.
I know. Why? Well, what else is she going to do by herself?
Chapter 17, staplers. Chapter 18, sporks. It's like, no, we know everything you can get. I mean, that's one thing. I remember a friend of mine whose husband's in the military. She said, I think I made a joke. Once, like, yeah, your husband. I made some joke like your husband knows how to kill. It was just like some offhand thing, and her husband quickly got on the phone. He was kidding, but at the same time, he's like, actually, I know literally 117 ways. I was like, oh, okay. The point being, it's like, I think, yeah, anything could be weaponized. I mean, whether we're talking about paper cuts or whatever it is, I think everything could be used.
She's like watching old reruns of MacGyver, like taking notes.
This movie is kind of like, what if MacGyver was the silent killer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So,
if the ghost of MacGyver was haunting these kids.
So what's funny is so Stephanie is really skeptical now, and I think she's kind of thinking, oh no, I really shouldn't have come out here. And honestly, she shouldn't have. It would have saved her family.
It's weird that this encounter is what makes her back away slowly from the door. It's like, really? The fact that she's weird? What were you expecting?
I know.
It's so, yeah, she hands her this big tome, and she's like, really? Was it going to be, did she think it was going to be like a Hallmark special? Like, this is... This is Bad News Bears. I mean, what? The second she saw the huge gate. Yeah.
I think I would have just turned around. I wouldn't have had the guts to ring that bell, to talk to anybody, let alone go in there.
And, an angle that I thought was really intriguing when the first movie came out, and some people were really trying to lead into it. I promise we'll get back to the plot of this one, but I thought it was interesting. A lot of people were saying, like, well, what if you substitute death for God? Is this about living a life in which you are incredibly conscious of the vulnerability of life? I thought that's interesting, because, the characters, they're often talking about death, they're talking to death, they're talking about death as a thing, they're talking about death as a cause and effect. So I thought, well, that's an interesting idea, although, of course, it's so much, it's a little too sinister to go all the way with that.
I don't like that, because then you would just have to believe that God was just wanting everybody to die in crazy ways, and that's
It's all part of God's plan.
That's
though.
a pretty
It's all part of the plan.
sadistic worldview.
It was all part of God's plan for that marble to hit the spoon, which hit the wall, which hit the boar's head, and then which impaled me while I was listening to that Tiffany album.
I think we're alone now. We'll never be the same.
Exactly. It's ironic.
Oh my gosh. So Stephanie's trying to leave, and Iris is like, I'm gonna give you this book so you can keep our family safe. And she's like, basically, watch what happens. And she steps outside of the house, and then I don't know.
She waits maybe 3 seconds, and sure enough,
she gets impaled.
Yeah.
But
it couldn't be more gruesome. And it's crazy. It's like, really? Like you don't need to demonstrate this.
I know. And so then Stephanie just, her face is just covered in blood.
Well, it's going to happen eventually. Might as well do it now. Bye, honey.
Yeah, I think because she's thinking she's terminally ill, so it's going to happen soon anyways. But this was wild. This was crazy work, as they say.
Well, as the horror fans would say, it's the first sweet kill in this movie. Following the prologue.
She's impaled by a weather vane.
The irony, because she's someone who, is very attuned to the change of the world. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now...
What's the drive home like for Stephanie?
Seriously, the car is not even covered in blood.
She's soaked in blood. She has this thing the size of 2 phone books sitting next to her.
I know. Well, okay, so then we cut to the funeral.
Is she singing along to Karen Carpenter on the way back? Like, what's that 6-hour drive like?
I don't think it was that long. There's no way it was 6 hours, but whatever. So we have Iris's funeral, and then Stephanie's mom, Darlene, returns for the funeral, and it's like there's a lot of bitterness, and like she doesn't really even talk to her. But I'm like, it's been at least 10 years since she's seen her mom, and the mom doesn't even really say hi to her kids. I think she's still traumatized from her childhood.
Clearly. Yeah.
The husband or ex-husband, they don't even talk to each other. I think they have like one line towards each other in the whole movie.
Yeah, the movie does make an effort to try to establish these relationships before these characters die gruesomely.
Right. So now Stephanie is obsessed with the book, and she puts like the equivalent of a murder wall up in the house that has a map of all the people that were saved in the restaurant collapse. And so she basically decides and comes up with this, well, I don't think it's her theory, but Iris's theory, that death has gone back and like systematically killed everybody who wasn't supposed to live, and then killed all of their offspring.
And apparently the book also has references to the earlier films. There's a reference to a plane crash, to a bridge. I mean, they actually quickly, they don't have any flashbacks, but they reference the first movies. Something like, how long is this book? And like, where do you draw the line?
Well, she's probably found... Iris probably went through newspapers and found crazy ways that people died and just added them to the book.
But where do you... But at the same time, it's like...
When you're a recluse, what else do you have to do?
Granted, you have time, but also remember, this is a lot of newspapers. It's like... I mean, newspapers...
She probably has a subscription to every newspaper in the country.
Do you think after a while it's just like printing a lot of stuff too? Because...
I don't know. Like, how is this house paid off, by the way? Like, how is she paying for her life? And like, she never leaves.
And like, where do you draw the lines? Okay, like, guy like choked while he was making strudel. It's like, is that part of death's design? Is that like, that couldn't have happened?
Okay, so now there is like a barbecue after the funeral, and this is where...
This is a great set piece.
And there's a lot of things that happen that you think are going to happen, but then don't, which is what I kind of like about the movie.
Yeah.
Is like a glass breaks, and then glass goes into the ice, and then the glass goes into a drink. And so you like, which person's cup has the glass in it, you know, and
Yeah,
like,
the shard of glass. Yeah, it's
is
like
someone gonna swallow it? What's gonna happen?
it's the sixth installment in this franchise. The fact that they can get ahead of us at this point
I
is
know.
great. It's like good for you guys. Like instead of just making it woefully predictable, actually making it suspenseful, making us care about the outcome. Yeah, it's very well done, more so than the other ones.
So then, like, a chain reaction causes Howard, which is the son of Iris, to be. He, like, steps on that glass and then he gets run over by a lawnmower. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like this dude too. He seemed like he would become the second lead, and no,
Yeah.
he's gone.
No,
His
gone.
face is gone.
He's gone. Yeah. All right. So then we see the diagram and she tells everybody.
Can I also say really quick?
Yeah.
I've never seen a movie with a lawnmower death that wasn't funny.
I know. Like,
It's always
we
funny.
just did The Happening. And remember, like, a bunch of, like, that guy, like I think a few people got
The
killed
Happening.
by
There's a
lawnmowers.
Stephen King movie called Maximum Overdrive. Yeah, killer lawnmowers are just too funny.
Because it's like, okay.
It's funny when
Really?
they're operating by themselves.
I know.
It's too goofy.
It is goofy. That's why I'm sort of laughing, even though, yeah, we do like Howard. Okay, so Stephanie is telling all the family, because they keep having funerals and then they keep having these family meetings, and she's like telling them who's next. And the only people in the family that are safe are her dad and the crazy aunt, because they are not blood related to Iris. They were married into the family. So they're basically going to be the only ones left over, which is sad. Like, they're going to have to watch all their family members die.
Where did she find the time to read the tome? I mean, it took me months to read A Tale of Two Sisters,
No,
Infinite
she's-
Jest,
no.
The Count of Monte Cristo. Where did she find the time to read
She's
this
not-
massive thing?
No, she's not reading the whole thing. She's just looking at the map. She put up the timeline of the map, and then she's like, okay, this is what's going to happen. So
Really? You think she skimmed it?
yeah, I think she skimmed it.
Wow.
I don't think there's time. So, okay, so now that Howard's gone, she's like, Eric, he's the oldest son of Howard. She's like, you're next. And so Eric, he works at a tattoo shop. So he's there, like, giving this girl, like, a tongue piercing. It's so graphic. And
This scene is the one that feels like the others. It's nasty. It's
yeah,
funny.
This
but I mean,
is
it's
the one that I
really,
did laugh out loud.
Yeah, it's kind of a sick scene. It takes place in a grimy atmosphere, and at this point, I don't like the character yet. This character winds up being my favorite.
Yeah.
But at this point, I didn't like him, so I thought this is the only scene in the movie that feels like the other ones, because it's a character who kind of happy to see him eat it.
Yeah.
And it's this, and because it's a scuzzy environment, and the scene kind of has a mean streak to it.
Well, but I think it's messing with us because we think he is going to die.
Right.
But he doesn't. So his nose ring gets caught on a chain and it almost like rips out. The whole place catches on fire by accident.
And then we see him the next morning. I think, man, he was really able to shrug off the prior night really well.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because he tattoos Dad on his arm, and then like this metal heart gets branded into it right next to Dad. That's basically the only scar he has from the fire.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I got branded.
It's funny. Yeah.
It is funny. They're like, what? Why didn't he die? And then we find out from the crazy aunt that she had an affair with somebody, and he's not Howard's son.
Yeah.
And that's really funny.
This is great. I mean, this reminds me of that scene in Gremlins 2 where all the guys in the control room are suddenly talking about the logic of the gremlins. Like, well, if they're on a plane and they don't turn into gremlins till after midnight, but what if the time zone is changing? It feels like in the writer's room, they probably said, well, okay, like it's Bloodlines, but what about adopted family? What about extended families? What about that? It feels like they're like, okay, like let's screw with this idea because it's an excellent question. It's like, well, does death discriminate based on family lines? And
Well, it turns out it doesn't, but he is spared in this moment. But she doesn't know that until the sister Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets accidentally thrown into a garbage truck.
Accidentally.
This is actually really funny.
It's a great set, yeah, because it's in the background. I mean, it feels like something out of The Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Like it happens and you see it. Yeah, you see her getting whisked into the trash truck.
But Stephanie thinks it was going to be Eric that it happened to. And then when Julia dies, that's when we find out Eric isn't really her cousin and all this stuff. And so then the other brother is like, oh man, that means I'm next. All right, so inside the book, the death book, there is something that says that JB escaped death. Okay, so they're going to go find JB, and he works at the hospital. We find out that that's the little African-American boy that Iris like tried to save in her vision. But she did save him because she saved everybody. But he works in this hospital, and he tells them, okay, the only way you can stop death is if you kill somebody or you die and then you're brought back to life. And then death is like confused, and all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore.
So, side note, JB stands for John Bloodworth, and he's played by the late, great Tony Todd. This was the last film that Tony Todd did.
Really?
Tony Todd is the connective thread in all of these movies. He's in every single one of these.
Oh, he is?
All of them, except for in the third one, they idiotically use him as a voiceover, which I thought was so crappy. It's like, oh, what, they want to pay him enough? But they brought him back for the subsequent ones. But yeah, Tony Todd is in all of these. He's probably he's best known as the Candyman. He plays the Candyman in all those films. Incredibly handsome guy. And he was the star of the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead. He played the lead in that.
Is he mostly done horror movies?
He's done so many films. I got to interview him in what year did we come on air? 2013. And we talked about, he was in Colors, the Dennis Hopper movie. He's in Platoon. He had a long career, really versatile. He became most famous for horror. Wonderful guy, real sweetheart. And the last thing that he and I spoke about at length, because I had no reference for this, but for one thing, it was a really interesting conversation. It was very wide-ranging. I have that interview still. I'd love to be able to print it sometime. It was one of these things where I did this interview, and I told him, like, hey, I'm going to publish this in my local newspaper for Halloween. It's like, oh, that's perfect. And Halloween came, and the paper was like, I don't think enough people know who Tony Todd was, even though my interview was like, interview with the Candyman. They wound up dropping it, so I still have the interview, but I love it. And the last thing that he spoke to me about length was he was giving me the names of all of these great diners in France that he told me I have to go to before I die.
Oh,
He was a lovely human being. He unfortunately knew that he wasn't going to be around a lot longer when he did this movie, which is why he looks very gaunt. He doesn't, he's a handsome guy. He doesn't look anything like he does.
Oh, is that why at the end he's like, well, I'm going to quit this job now because I don't have a lot of time left?
Yeah. Yeah, and he gives that, and again, he leans into the very earnest part of the movie, which a lot of people don't acknowledge, that this film is about treasuring every second that you have. And it's there. I think, honestly, when he first appeared, it made me a little uncomfortable because I thought, oh no, is this going to be some exploitive thing? Is this, I felt kind of on the fence about it. Is this going to be like when Richard Pryor shows up in Lost Highway? I kind of had mixed feelings about that. But no, I thought not only is he wonderful in these moments, but I think it's a great scene. And I love that they gave him some juicy dialogue to be his curtain call, essentially.
Well, yeah. he tells them, what they can do, and then he's like, okay, bye. And they're like, what? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, the thing is, if you do kill somebody, the reason you don't die is because you take the remaining time that person has.
Yeah.
And at one point, like, the brothers look at the babies in the nursery, and I'm like, no.
But again, I feel like the guys in the writer's room is like, okay, so what about babies? What's wrong with you, man? No. No, that's good. Put it right there. Put it in.
We'll have him make a joke about it.
Well, we got it covered, man. We got it covered.
Oh my gosh. So horrible. Okay, so we have Eric and his brother Bobby. And so Bobby is the next one.
This is a great team, by the way, these two. I could watch a whole movie with these two guys.
So Eric is like, Bobby, like, you die and we'll bring you back. We're in a hospital. And he's like, how are we going to do it? And he's like, you are allergic to nuts. So just, like, go into anaphylactic shock and, like, don't use your EpiPen. And then we'll bring you back. Well, So they go into this room, like, and the other like family members have no idea where they went. And the MRI machine accidentally gets turned on, and so because it's like you're not supposed to have metal in it, and Eric has all these body piercings. Oh my gosh. It actually is pretty funny.
It's great because they end up magnetizing the entire floor, so everything is on the next room is getting pulled over to the wall. It's a great scene.
Like all of his piercings come out, and it's like his face, his chest, his crotch. It's just like, oh, he has them everywhere.
Everywhere.
And then he gets sucked in and like dies. So he does end up dying.
Spectacular way to go.
While Bobby is like trying to get his EpiPen back from his brother because he realizes, oh crap, I'm a goner. Because
it's suspenseful, and you want him to make it.
Yeah, but then he doesn't.
No, because it's Final Destination.
Yeah, so they all end up dying.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So our ensemble cast is getting very small at this point.
I know. All right, so now we just have Darlene, Stephanie, and the brother.
Yeah.
And so Darlene is like, I know, I'll go be a crazy like my mom, and I'll live a reclusive life, and I'll be the one that like keeps everybody alive by staying alive in her cabin, because she's supposedly the next one. And so they drive to like the death cabin, and there's no way. I mean, like Darlene doesn't make it. I don't remember. How does she die?
Doesn't she sacrifice herself at one point? Or she has a sacrificial moment, and she quickly is impaled by some CGI.
A lamppost bisects her.
Ah, yes. Excellent.
Yes.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good job, writers.
Okay, but Stephanie is like drowning. You know, she ends up drowning. And Charlie
resuscitates her.
Yeah, he resuscitates her. So they're like, oh my gosh, look, we did it. We cheated death because you died and I brought you back. And so we're thinking like,
all right, problem solved. Movie's over.
Yeah, but a week later, they're preparing for the prom. And the father of Charlie's date, they're talking to him and about like what happened a week before. And he's like, oh yeah, no, you didn't die. You were just unconscious. And they're like, wait, what?
Again, I feel like this is a writer's room moment where the guys are high-fiving each other. Like, yeah, man, the whole thing about having resuscitated, like, oh, that's great. That totally sets the clock back. And the other guy on the other side of the room is like, guys, I just Googled it. Turns out if you drown, you're not technically...
No. I mean, she could have actually died.
Yes.
Like, there are people that have drowned, literally, and
right.
they've been
But at this
back.
point, I mean, it's such a technicality that, like, oh no, this line makes everything back in motion. So, like, it's just the reset button. It's been hit.
Right. And then this is when we see, like, the car from the beginning that Iris drove. Remember? Her and Paul?
Yeah.
From the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
It, like, crosses the train tracks again. And then the penny, there's a penny and it causes a train to derail. Chain reaction. Stephanie and Charlie they're goners.
It's pretty over the top. I don't know if it's the best ending for this movie, but it's fun. Although it's
it made me think like if they had gone into a time warp or something, like maybe with the 50s thing happening again.
It's all full circle.
I know it is full circle. So, anyways, but the thing that this movie kept doing, which I found really like crazy, is it would have flashbacks of the deaths we just saw. And it was like really up close and like crazy. And then 2 minutes later, you're seeing it again. Like we forgot.
Flashback. Well, that was the thing that drove me crazy about Saw 6. Because that was an assignment. I didn't want to see Saw 6. I'd only seen the first one. I did not like it. I watched it with my dear friend Zach. Hi Zach, if you're listening. We watched Saw 1 together, and I'm like, this is it's gross and it's just not very good. So all these sequels happen, and my editor calls me and says, "Hey, like we really want, we've had people ask, we want you to do a movie review of Saw 6 for the next issue." And I said, I'm not really the guy, and I don't think that's a good idea. And he's like, "Okay, Barry, well, just so you know, I'm not asking. So I want your review of Saw 6 by Monday morning, please." I'm like, "All right." So I go to this theater.
The only time you've ever been forced to see a movie.
He basically, no, he made it clear, like, people, like, there were emails, like, they really wanted me to do this. But I'm like, "You monsters." So I go to the theater, and it's opening weekend, so it's playing on, like, 4 screens, and I walk past the hallway, and the doors are open, I hear people, like, screaming, like, ugh, that's what I'm going to have to watch. So Saw 6, one of the things that makes it such a piece of garbage is that it opens up with this scene where this African-American woman is tied to a chair. She has to cut off her own arm, which she does. They cut to the opening credits, which is like set to this garbage / metal. And then 5 minutes later, the woman we just saw cut off her arm, is in a hospital bed with a stump and a bandage where her arm was. The cops walk in and they go, "What happened to her?" And they flash back to her cutting off her arm, like we would forget why this lady in the hospital bed is there with a bandage where her arm used to be. And I thought, oh my God, this movie thinks I'm a moron.
Well, did you feel that way about this one?
No.
Because they did the same thing.
No, I feel like, for one thing, I feel like there was a sense of showmanship. I didn't feel like it was like Saw 6, which, I mean, the whole movie is like that. There's flashbacks to the prior episodes of Saw. There's flashbacks to stuff that just happened. It's a moron movie for morons. No offense to the morons who love the Saw movies. I hate those films. This is better. It's done with more panache. I think this movie gets away with it. And I think it's fun, but it's also trying to keep it clear because there is a lot of bouncing around. But the time periods, all these extended cousins and relatives, I think this movie gets away with it, and I think it kind of needs it.
But when Iris gets impaled,
yes,
through the face,
yes,
and the blood goes on Stephanie, it's like 2 minutes later we're seeing it again
because it's a jump scare.
I know.
Yeah, it's scary to see that big old weather vein through her face.
Oh my gosh.
It's terrible. It's like it's a waste of a good weather vane. They're very hard to find.
So which one was your favorite death?
My favorite death. I'd have to say with the magnetized room. I think that's pretty amazing. It's just a really funny scene. I mean, this movie is really funny. I don't think I'd say it's particularly scary. I did see it opening day on a giant screen. That really helped. That opening scene is amazing on the big screen.
Yeah,
when she's going up, I did feel the sense of like, oh, this is great. Like I haven't felt this probably since the Robert Zemeckis movie, The Walk.
Yeah.
It was like, I wasn't exactly gripping my seat, but you're like, oh, okay, this is, it is putting a lump in my throat because I'm going, okay, like I get the sense of, and for a movie to do that this well. I mean, for one thing, I needed to see it on the big screen, but I mean, it's just the movie is edited and paced really well, I think.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's scary.
No.
It's gory.
No.
And it's funny at times, but I was never like, oh no, I'm scared.
I think only the first one's scary, although I know, like my friend Michael, other people would say the second one's scary because of the highway scene. I think the highway scene is very well done. It's a tour de force, but but like all the other sequels, they open up really strong, and then the rest of it is just never very good.
Yeah. Okay, so one of my favorite deaths is when Julia gets thrown into the trash truck. But what is actually scary about that is she could have survived if the trash guy had his music on and was just like not.
He's got his phone. He's scrolling, looking at all the girls.
Oh yeah, he's swiping left, swiping right on some like dating app. He's got his headphones on, just like singing, and then all the while the family is like, hey, come up, stop the truck. And then she just gets squished in there. I'm like, that actually is scary.
The stupidity of someone who's like got her headphones on, staring at their phone. Yes, that's always a threat. And in the century that we live in, yes, that's always going to be the quiet killer.
I know. Like, how many people are driving and swiping on apps, on dating apps?
We speak.
You think that's happening?
Someone right now is driving. They got the headphones on. They're listening to this podcast, and they're also looking at their dating apps. Like, okay,
they're like, no.
Ooh, like.
I know. I always get confused. Is swiping right good or left good? I have no idea.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is there really?
Yeah, like one way is I like them, the other way is I don't like them.
Is that for all? Is that for everything, or is that just for certain dating apps?
I don't know. I've never done it before.
So, fun fact, and by the way, this is only going to make us sound much older than we actually are. I swear we're actually pretty youthful. You're listening to young kids, but like,
No, we're not.
this is going to make us sound like we're in our 60s. I had a former student run into me, and he was telling me that he met his girlfriend on a dating app called Hinge.
Yes,
Like
Hinge.
Hinge.
Yeah, because they're like a hinge.
No, explain this to me. Like a hinge on a door?
Yeah.
Because it's like a door opens? One door open, another closes?
I guess. Or no, like the hinge brings
like-
them together.
But you're making it like it's a bar door from like a country western, like I just walked into this bar and I saw her sitting there and she pretty.
I saw a funny
She
tweet.
fine.
Or maybe it was on Threads. I don't know. But someone was like, how come when you don't unmatch with someone, they don't say you've been unhinged? Like, that's good.
It's just true, because I mean, like, I feel like when they start off, it was stuff like Love Connection or Love Match, and after a while, it's like Creeper.com.
I know.
They're really open about like
Apparently, Facebook has dating stuff on it. Like, all these social media apps have like date places where you can find dates.
We are going to get to a point where we're not going to know anybody who met each other in a conventional way. It's like, how did you two meet? An algorithm.
Yeah, I know. It'll be crazy.
How'd you meet? We got hinged.
And then we got hitched.
Yeah, then we had a hinge-themed wedding.
Oh my gosh. I don't even. Oh yeah, I forgot why we were talking about that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, is left good and right is bad?
We're still asking
I
the
don't
rhetorical
know.
question.
Yeah, I don't
Between
know.
you and me putting our brains together, we don't know. We don't know this
we
stuff,
don't know.
which is just fine.
Yeah, that's why if something ever happens to you, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I had a good run. I'm just gonna be single for the rest of my life.
Can I just say, I'm so glad that you and I are married,
Okay.
and I'm so glad that you and I are not out there having to deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
Because the way Tom Hanks feels on Sleepless in Seattle, that is so magnified by the reality that, like I wouldn't know what to do.
You'd be like wondering about tiramisu and like what to do.
No, I think during the date, I would probably text her and be like, is it going okay? What do you think? Is this going
You
okay?
would text your date
I
while
would text
you were
her.
on the date?
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, is it going okay? What do you think?
What, like you're at a table sitting across from her and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you text her?
Or I'd be like, the smiley face, LOL, funny comment.
While she's sitting right there.
Yeah. I'd be like, hold on.
No, you would not do that. You're like...
Isn't that what the kids do?
Okay, this is just funny because a lot of people on these dating apps, when they start chatting, right? Like texting
Right.
through the app or whatever. And it's like a big deal to like, quote unquote, keep the conversation going and like keep texting throughout the day. And I was like, wow, we would never make it. Like, you and I don't even text each other normally.
Well, not to get all creepy weird here, but there is a book by Nicholson Baker that I love. It's called Vox. Do you know what Vox is about?
You told me. But...
Yeah, it's great. It's done as dialogue back and forth. It's almost like reading a screenplay, and it's basically a conversation that two people have. They meet each other on a phone sex line, and they discover that they really like each other. And they're at a point where it's like, okay, we want to exchange names, we want to get to know each other, but we're also doing this. So it's funny because it starts off where the first line in the book is, "What are you wearing?" And he explains, in the most uninteresting way, like, "Well, I'm wearing a cardigan," and then as the
I look like Mr. Rogers.
yeah, and it's only about like 150 pages long because it's this whole thing like, will they or won't they? Not only will they ever have phone sex, but it's like, will they ever, get emotionally intimate with each other? So that's the suspense of it. It's great. It's great. Vox by Nicholson Baker, folks. Read it. Came out in 92. The technology is dated, but you could update it today and make it work for the 21st century. Absolutely could, both as a movie and as a book too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you actually told me to read it one time.
It's great.
And then I never did.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't read a lot of erotic fiction, but that's a really good one. It is.
Yeah. Okay. That has
I
nothing
didn't
to
think
do.
I'd be talking about Vox
I
on a
know.
podcast about Final Destination 6.
I know.
Bloodlines.
Well, we started off talking about like death and then decided to move on to love.
So if I end up eating it in a spectacular Final Destination way, husband number 2, are you going to meet on Hinge?
No, I just told you I'm never doing that.
I don't know. I think you got to know how, though.
No.
Because I would be clueless. I'd be like, is it hinj.com? It's like how the kids do it. Like all cool.
Like a HY.
Yeah. Is it lowercase y? I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to find it.
Yeah.
I'd get frustrated and just give up.
Yeah. No, I don't think I would do that. I think I would just like,
Go to Grindr.
no.
Just like cut out the middleman. Like, I know what I want.
Grinder. No, I don't think I would do anything like that.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you would live in a compound like Iris in this movie.
I'd be so traumatized
Excellent.
if you died in a way like a final
I
destination
love that.
way.
And I would totally haunt you, and you'd be yelling at me like, "Ha! You think you got me?"
Yeah, I would be yelling at you
Yeah.
like she yells at death.
Yeah. And and Death and I would do everything we could to get that weather vane loose. So no, it's great. Be like, "You're coming with me."
Okay, if I died in a final destination way, would you go live in a compound?
I would be like Brad Pitt in 7 Years in Tibet. I would probably like go in a monastery and join the priesthood. You kidding? I would go search for the Dalai Lama. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna date again.
You're not
You
going
kidding?
on Hinge?
No, I'd rather climb a mountain than go on Hinge.
I'd rather learn how to sail and I get seasick than go on Hinge.
Yeah, no, I'd rather get a gym membership than go on Hinge.
I'd
No.
rather learn how to drive an RV and like learn how to dump the septic tank before I went on a dating app.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather go on a dating app than do that. That sucks. Well, good. I'm glad we know where we stand.
Yeah. All right.
I love that no matter if like something happens to us, I love that our daughter, no matter what, it's just gonna be like, man, like they lost their spouse and they got really weird.
They were weird before, but
But,
then
like,
they
it's
got
so much weirder now.
really weird. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess
My
it's
dad's a priest now. It's
I guess
weird.
it's
He
a
lives in the
race to
mountains.
see who gets to have the weird
Oh,
second
wow.
half of life.
I'll race you to the grave.
I know. All right. Well, do you have any other final thoughts?
Well, how do you rate this movie? I give it 3 stars. I think
Oh.
I think it does have that Final Destination problem where after a while it is just a comedy about itself, and certainly that last scene, it's like da 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 da. Okay, go home. The characters you cared about are all dead. The movie's over. Nothing matters. Go home. Enjoy your life.
Nothing matters. You're all gonna die.
It is a very cynical ending, and I think the movie deserves something a little more meaningful because we are invested. And by the way, how are they going to do a sequel to this? Because clearly, you gotta connect the thread.
I know.
So 3 stars for me.
Okay. Well, okay. I do think that the family, as we keep going to more and more funerals, they should be way more traumatized, and one of them should have ended up like in some kind of mental institution because this is crazy. if this was actually happening to a family. So I'm wondering if in a sequel the dad and the crazy aunt, who are the only survivors, if they end up getting together.
Okay.
And maybe they go live in the compound because they're like, oh my gosh, we've lost everybody. And then that is the beginning of the next one.
That's interesting.
I don't know what the story would be, but
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
I mean, the idea that I had was that maybe Stephanie lives because the final scene of this movie is actually a premonition she has that opens up the new film, so she's able to avoid it.
that would be
but
good.
then something happens. I mean, what's left? We've had a bridge collapsing. We've had an auto mishap. We've had a roller coaster derailing. We had the highway thing. We got the plane thing, and this is an elevator and a space needle. Like, what is left? What do you think?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I'd have to watch more MacGyver reruns to try and figure it out.
Gets impaled by a chia pet. Falls face first into a lobster tank.
All I know is there will be more lawnmowers because they just yes, more lawnmowers are gonna happen.
Yeah, John Deere is not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think 2.5 stars for me.
Okay, so good.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm probably never gonna see it
You're not
again.
gonna watch it again?
No, and there's really no. I mean, once you've seen it, you've seen it.
Oh, okay. You feel it's one and done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, unless we were doing like some kind of Halloween thing and there was like a party and we were like, let's watch it. I mean, okay, fine.
You wouldn't want to like watch all of them, would you?
No.
To see because like the first two connect. Ali Larder is, she's in the first one and she's in the second one. But the third one is Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I don't even remember who the lead in the fourth and fifth one are.
No, I really don't. I just remember the logs, and I remember
the logs.
Somebody getting the garbage disposal.
Yeah,
like
there's one where someone gets
malfunctioning.
killed in a tanning salon.
Oh, where she gets
Tanning
stuck.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah, she gets stuck in the tanning bed. Oh yeah.
See, they think of everything. That's the thing. It's like, like how do you top
man.
this movie?
I
don't
know.
Yeah.
I know. Well, has anyone fallen into a volcano yet, or has anyone gotten eaten by killer sharks?
Maybe like an RV driving into a volcano.
Oh. Maybe a family on an RV trip, and then the dad is emptying the septic tank, and it all goes haywire. And not only does it all just make a big mess, but he ends up drowning.
I think that pitch would get you into the writer's room for Final Destination 7. I hope they're listening to this because clearly they have found their writing partner.
It's just
That's disgusting.
It's such a gross idea.
What is wrong with you? Cha-ching!
I know. Oh, it's funny. All right. Well, do you have any other thoughts or?
Enjoy your life, folks. Enjoy your life because you never know when death in the form of a very crazy, heinous accident is right around the corner.
Wow.
Enjoy your life, folks.
Oh my gosh. Well, that concludes our discussion of Final Destination Bloodlines.